Sit down, shut up and hold on. You're back with NZV8 TV. Not quite standard? Neither are we. Call NAC Insurance 0800 501 508. And NAC Insurance take us to Drag Combat, where there sure are lots of mods. The Battle Zone. Drag Combat saw the best cars from the V8 and import worlds come together for an intense day of bracket racing.
What is Drag Combat? Drag Combat is index racing, bracket racing. Bracket racing is racing cars of the same speed as yours in second brackets. V8s or import, doesn't matter. The two fastest cars will race at the end of the day to decide who is number one.
The 9.9 second bracket was all about big blocks and cubes. This is James Hone. We strapped on a Tachyon onboard camera to show you just how quickly these things accelerate and how fast everything happens. Watch out for the yellow line.
It's a 68 Holden Monaro HK, 632 big block Chevy on methanol injected. Quickest so far is 8.7 at 154. I had a workmate, another workmate in Wellington who had a HT Monaro, and I just fell in love with it, and he had this shell sitting in his garage, so I just purchased it off him one day. I never expected to get into the 8s. I always wanted to do low 9s. I just roll up to the water trough and turn my line lock on and hit first gear burnout and then second gear and roll through. And then when I stage, I just press my trans brake button down and put my foot to the floor, and on the last yellow, just let go of the button.
Yeah. And here James blows Stu Lawton's Japper into the weeds. Check out Wayne Hussey's 6-second Chevy Nova doorslammer. Oh, balls. Wayne Yearbury, in his top doorslammer Studebaker, fries the bags after a season's absence. On board with Tachyon, the first camera we found to handle 200 mile an hour in a 6-second pass.
I'm here with Dion Crook and the crew, the team, the All Door Services Commodore. The difference here is there's no old fella, and we don't have a Japper. Younger boys racing their V8, doing it their way. Dion, good to see you up here at Drag Combat. Tell us a bit about the car.
It's a 432 small block, had injected on alcohol. We've had the car a few years now, probably about 5 years. Runs 980s at 138 mile an hour, consistent 990s, so awesome super gas car.
And Dion came all the way from Masterton with the boys, only to red light in the first round. It's a cruel sport. Doug Stewart's 10-second Camaro, looking to turn the wicker.
It's a 67 Camaro. It's got a 502 big block in it with a 871 blower. It's a street car. It's also running a shot of NOS in it, and it's got a turbo 400 and a 9-inch stroke. It's making 780 horse without the NOS, and with the NOS it's over 900 horse. It's did 10.42 today, which is its fastest time, and it's going through the traps at over 130 mile an hour. Yeah, there seems to be quite a few in that bracket. A lot of the V8s seem to be running in that sort of mid-10, so we'll put the NOS on and go a bit deeper into the 10s.
And the Giggle Gas does the job as he runs a personal best of 10.29. It's an all V8 battle in the 11-second final, and it's Mike Wilkinson's 72 Falcon versus Mark Tuzzelman's Turbo Ute. The Tuz red lights, handing the win to Wilkinson.
My name's Brett Godfrey, I'm from Kayne. She's a GT replica with a Storm & Strong 351 in it. And just away from the missus having a play today. Yeah, I've still got the nice bonnet at home, but I couldn't bring myself to cut a hole in that, so I got a donor bonnet, and it's looking pretty rugged. I just slapped it together and threw a bug catcher on it. Racing another V8, a Chevy Camaro, similar times, so we'll have a good race.
The 12-second bracket final, and not a japper in sight. The Henry gets a great jump off the line. But at the end of the strip, it's the Pontiac that wins out. And regardless of the results, the crowd on both sides of the hill had a grouse day. And the winner of our LG home entertainment package is Alan Batkin of Papakura, Auckland. Merry Christmas, Alan, from the team at LG and NZV8 TV. Rizlone takes us back to Thunder in the Park at Pukekohe. It doesn't matter whether it's high-tech GT1 cars or cool old muscle cars. All with big V8 power, this is what the crowd comes to see. And returning to the track this season is Bruce Kett in his tribute to the Rod Coppins Cambridge Camaro. You may remember this happening to it at Turn 1 at last year's Muscle Car Masters at Eastern Creek. And we really hope they didn't have to use as much Bog and Bruce as they did in the car.
Boys at Moselle have, as you can see, made it all nice and straight again. The boys at the hospital have fixed my neck. So yeah, no, everything's back where it was bloody close to it. We came out 6 weeks ago, just did a bit of testing, but I did 3 laps before we had a few issues. And I was only, at that stage, I was only doing 65s. So I hope the hell I'm getting down to 64s. It'd be nice to think I could get 64, 63. I'd be sort of more than happy for that. Foggy would do 60s. Angus has done some magic butchery stuff, and it's running on a single master cylinder now and stopping really, really well. Turning in, he's got the car riding properly, and hopefully he should be out here today to actually give me some driving lessons so I can learn how to drive the damn thing.
Thanks, Angry Man. And here's Crazy Man.
HQ, and it's got a little 377 Chevy in it, built by BNG Automotive, about 601 horsepower. Jericho, built by the Gearbox Factory, and just a little bit tricked up HQ. Out of the box, a totally different drive. We just put some new front suspension in it. I think we'll get grips to it by the end of the day. It should be quite a quick car. I reckon this is very exciting, and the best thing they've done was took slicks away and put them on road to us, because it's a lot more fun. A lot more sideways and a lot more like the old days. It's good. I really enjoy it. We'll try to give them a decent run this weekend at Pukekohe. It's my favourite track by miles, and we normally go pretty good here, so we'll give it 100% anyway. We just got to try to catch that Aussie.
And after dominating at Manfield, that Aussie, of course, is Paul Stubber.
We got going pretty good at Manfield, which was the first start, to the season sort of thing. So it wasn't too bad. But Pookie, there's a lot of blokes that know this track a lot better than I. So we'll sneak up on this one very, very carefully, I think. Pretty much just the sway bars in the car. When we came over last year, they weren't that effective. We sort of ended up leaving in one spot. The car sort of fell over on the bars once. It took a set and then it collapsed a bit, sort of thing. So we worked around that. It's made it a lot better, to be perfectly honest. So the car comes into the corner now and it's propped up on the bar, and it has a lot better mid-corner speed, so it really has helped. Well, last year we had the Jimmy Johnson scheme. This year we've decided Mark Martin's car, the GoDaddy car that was really bright green, and we sort of grabbed that colour and splashed it on, and so far everyone's, although it's been very different for us, but everyone said it stands out pretty well. They can see it coming, so...
As well as a Camaro, Paul has a fantastic collection of old muscle cars in Australia, including these 2 HDT Tiranas.
Jason Richards drove the 76 car. The other one I left at home, and Jason drove that one. And I'd like to say hello, Jason. He's just recuperating at the moment. Just had a bit of surgery, but he's coming around. So good news.
And Jace, all our thoughts are with you. New to the GT1 class and looking to be fastest saloon car in the country is the stunning V8 Viper.
It's a Dodge Viper. It's a car that Mark Petch imported just at the end of last season. It's a race-winning chassis out of America, a Pratt & Miller chassis. So it's a car with a lot of history, a lot of pedigree, and I'm the lucky one that's here this weekend to shake it down. The body profile is configured around an original Viper. but as you can see, it's all carbon Kevlar. So, and of course, the engine block and the DNA that's in the motor is configured for a Mopar motor. So, other than that, the rest of it is 100% Trans Am race equipment, and they're a pretty special beast. They're fairly fast things around here, that's for sure. They take a lot of commitment, these cars. They're very, very good under brakes, really quick through the air, a lot of aerodynamic, fairly special thing to race, and that's where I cut my teeth, so it's great fun to have another go. They take a template of some certain dimensions, and it's got to basically, in silhouette form, replicate the original car. I think the door mirror is a factory Viper. No, everything that's in the cars is pretty well developed and well engineered, and everything's there for a purpose. So typically the sort of equipment that you bolt into these cars is really high performance, and they don't tend to fail, at least I hope not. It's a bit of a weapon, I can tell you that. Well, I've just did 4 laps then, so they turned out okay. So I don't think that you ever drive for this team when there aren't some weight of expectation on you. You know, a Trans Am type car has so much potential before you have to try and tune the car to be faster. Just driving it hard enough to recognise 80 or 90% of the potential of the car is a pretty mean feat. And I think any tuning around that only creates more speed. Hey, nothing makes up for the high that you get out of getting out and going for a blast in something like this, that's for sure. They're 100 more horsepower than when I raced them last, so they're pretty special. Who knows what lap time we'll get, but whatever it'll be our best attempt for the day.
2001, we went to Laguna Seca. This car was on pole, absolutely the fastest thing there, and we just said, wow, that unbelievable, and it was driven by Tommy Archer, and he put it on pole by a considerable margin, and the race started, and he just sort of disappeared on them. A Kiwi mechanic that worked on this car said to me that I might be able to buy the car. It's very fast, it's a unique car, and it's one of a kind, and it's kind of appeals to me. About 750 horse, yeah. When you put those cubes there, no substitute for cubes, you get 25 7-litre engines. You can feel the ground move.
Thunder in the Park, Sunday, race 3, and we're on board with Kayne and the awesome Viper. On the second lap, he'd already broken the outright Pukekohe saloon car lap record with a blistering 54.5. Check out this awesome multi-in-car camera view as Kayne battles with traffic in the chasing Jaguar of Earl Bamber. This is what happens when big balls meet little balls of rubber. Oops. Bye-bye, Earl. And good luck to the Pitch team in their pursuit of breaking Kenny Smith's outright lap record. Latest issue of NZV8 magazine out now, but look out for the new January issue. Featuring on the cover, Rod Benji's Chevy Beretta doorslammer. Keith Lane's Shelby Copper Daytona replica. A blown XP Falcon on a budget. And the Skid King, Tristan Techi's Power Cruise burnout winning HK Monaro. Brought to you in association with NAC Insurance, specialist vehicle insurers from the show to the strip or simply on the street. Visit nac.co.nz. And presented by LG, the brand that brings you smart and stylish home electronics. LG, life's good. And when did the Dodge Viper finish production? The answer is this year. Rumour has it there'll be a new V8 version in 2012. Thanks for watching. We look forward to being back in 2011. Have a good one. NZV8 TV was brought to you by Smith's Group, bringing you trusted brands for over 30 years.